And so they call it Success Drive now, right? So if you see these, it's me interviewing Dave Savola and Brian Carruthers. So I just want to bring up one of my whys. I had several whys, but I'll just bring up one today. And so you may have heard some of this on the Success Drive, the reason why I said it. So when I got started, I was driving my father's pickup truck. And it was tough for me because people were like, "Oh, you rich yet? You rich yet?" My wife was working. I'd already quit my job. For those who don't know, I started without a job in Legal Shield. Even though I worked retail, I quit my job because they were doing more shooting than buying clothes. So I quit my job. They were at that mall, and it was dangerous. I'm from the DC area, by the way. And so some of the things that you say in a group, I can't say in a group because it's going to be real bad. So, my wife was working, and we had 2 kids at the time. So I was kind of like daddy daycare while she worked at the cable station called BET. And they had a big window from here till about here. And so I should drive my father's pickup truck and wait for her to come outside. But I didn't have a cell phone when I started with Legal Shield. Remember what I said, right? The same excuse that somebody will use why they can't succeed, somebody else will use as a reason why they have to succeed. Ended up getting a cell phone, not because I made enough money, but because I borrowed Mike Hume's credit to get a cell phone, true story. And so I was able to get a cell phone through his credit. And so I got a cell phone. And so I used to call Tracy and say, "Hey, look, I'm outside." And so she'd come out, and it was just that one car. So of course her girlfriends at her job were saying things like, "So how are things going?" You can always tell when someone's not successful, when they're successful. You don't have to say anything because success leaves clues, and so does the lack thereof. And so I asked my wife, "Here's how I know I messed up, Miss Edwards. Here's how I knew I blew it. I stole my wife's dreams, and I didn't even realize it." So because my own personal why got me to this place, which is good, right? Got me to the ED level, and that was great. And I was making money. It didn't stay up, right? So it was up and down, up and down, up and down, just to be completely honest with you. And so it wasn't enough. The why that got me to executive director wasn't enough to get me to that next level. And so I figured I had to redefine my why. Now I'm a giver. So I do more for others than I do for myself. My wife says I give to my own detriment. And so I'm a big giver. And so I figured, because I heard that in training, if you put your family's whys up, somebody who means a lot to you, then maybe you'll drive because you don't want to disappoint them when you'll disappoint yourself. So I figured I must be disappointing myself because I'm not getting to the next level. Let me put my kids and my wife's why. So I asked my wife, I said, "Hey baby, if you were to drive any car, what car would it be?" Here's how I knew I blew it. She says, "I don't care about a car right now. I just want to be able to pay the bills and feed our kids." This is how I knew I stole her dream. Because she says, "I just." When anyone says "I just," their dream is gone. And she says, I just want to. That means there was no dream there. I just want to. I just want. And so I was like, no. If we weren't worried about the bills, if we weren't worried about feeding kids, I mean, if everything was awesome, what car would you drive? She's like, I can't even think that. I couldn't force her to dream. And so eventually, because I was persistent, I said, "Just give me a car, any car," and it shut me up. She just said, they came out with that new Cadillac Escalade. I like that one. And that was the first year it come out. So I went to the dealership and talked to the car salesman there. And I said, "Hey, look, I'd like to take a look at this Cadillac Escalade and just kind of see how much it is." Here's how good salesmen are. This is how good a salesman can be. Somehow he got me in his office and filling out paperwork. I had no idea how that happened. He was a closer like you, sir. He had me, and I knew my credit was horrific. I knew I was broke, but I'm in his office filling out paperwork. So he leaves me, and he comes back, and he says, "Sir, I'm sorry, you have to find some creative financing." I didn't know what that meant at the time. It just means you go somewhere else, like a credit union somewhere else, then come back. We got the car, but you need to go get the money. That's what that means. So I left, but he gave me the brochure, which is really what I went for anyway. So I put the brochure where I used to make calls, because I really wasn't making the calls I needed to make. You ever make a couple calls feel good about yourself? Like, yeah, I guess I called the principal, and I'm good for the day. You feel good. And I was done, but I pushed myself, right? I pushed myself for real. Talking to folks I ordinarily would never talk to. And a year later, to make a long story short, I walked in the same dealership, and I said, hey, sir, same guy, by the way, he didn't remember me, because when you're a sales guy, you see a whole bunch of folks, but I remembered him. And I said, hey, we met, I came in here before, I want to get that Escalade, and he didn't remember me. And so I told him a little bit about what I wanted to do, and he's like, yeah, come to my office again, right? Fill out some paperwork. I said, no. I said, you know how much it is if I pay for it? He said, yeah, that's why I wanted to run some paperwork. I said, no. I just want to know if I pay for it cash. Now listen, all the financial advisors in the room, don't come up to me afterwards. I know you shouldn't pay for a car for cash, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Right? And if I try to put it on credit, my interest rate would have been like 84%. So look, the guy, he couldn't believe it. He's like, you mean you're gonna pay for it? I said, yeah. And so he went and got somebody. They came back together. He was like, sir, let's work out a deal. I understand you're gonna pay it cash? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And I said, can I have that red bow that's on the truck? Because it was Christmas time. He said, sir, you can have whatever you want. Right? I felt like I was T.I. So then, look, we drove the truck back. I had a friend with me there, and we drove it back to the cable station. Same cable station. I used to wait outside for Tracy to come out, and I had the white Escalade in front of the window. And so I went in and talked to her boss, and I said, hey, look, this bag is for Tracy. Can you let her know that I was here? She said, come on back. I said, no, I don't want to come back to tell her I was here. So she goes back, and Tracy tells me the rest of it because I wasn't back there. And she said the boss came over and says, yeah, Darnell wanted to give you this bag. She said, where is he? I don't know, he didn't want to come back. He just said, give you the bag. And so she said her girlfriend started surrounding, because you know how girlfriends can be at work. You know, they were like, oh, what's your man bring you, girl? What did he bring you, right? And so she's going through the little bag of confetti. And by the way, she had no idea I was doing this, like none. She had no idea he was saving up the money. And it was a Cadillac Escalade keys at the bottom, Cadillac keys. And she said she just couldn't believe she's looking at it like, and then she thought, she remembered me talking about this Escalade that I wanted to get her. And she said she waddled because she was 7 months pregnant. So she kind of waddled over to the window, and look, I'm outside in front of the grill of the white Cadillac Escalade like this. So look, she's crying. Why is she crying? She's like, oh, she wouldn't even come out because she's like crying, like she's shaking. And she comes out and she's like, oh my, this is mine? I was like, yeah, I told you what we're gonna do. And she was like, but this is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I can't drive this. I said, oh, you gonna drive